I love this one. I love this picture.
That's a classic. Like they're both so kind of shy, but massively into each other.
And she just cut her hair, which made him so upset.
I bet it did. His
Yeah.
is just about longer than hers.
I know.
That's awesome.
And your mom did the same thing, I think.
Yeah, bad move right before a wedding.
I love this one of her on a camping trip. That smile.
You definitely have her eyes.
Oh.
Yeah. So who are we looking at?
Well, this week is my mom's 81st birthday.
Hard to imagine.
Very hard to imagine because she died when she was 37. I had just turned 1, and I never pictured her as an 80 anything year old.
She's forever young.
She's forever young. This week for me is always about not sympathy or sadness, but celebration.
Absolutely.
Celebration that she married my dad. She gave us life. She was an amazing mother for as long as she was with us. And it's an incredible legacy and worth celebrating. One of the things I often get asked about my mother is, do I remember her? And I don't have any very clear, specific memories of her except one moment when she was leaving the living room and I was sitting between two visitors reading a book about teddy bears, and my dad made a joke, and she was leaving the room and she turned around and laughed, and her very long black hair just flew over her shoulder, and the smile that she gave my dad was just, that's been embedded in my memory ever since.
How old would you have been?
1 and 3 months, because it was just before she died, and there's no way I should have that memory, but when I've described it to my father, exactly where I was sitting and the arrangement of the furniture and our family home, he says, yeah, it's it. But, so
someone gave you that gift.
Someone gave me that gift. I don't know if it's something that really happened or in my imagination, but you have it. I have it.
That's
yes.
awesome.
The other thing that I often ponder about is who she was and her character, because I have to rely on the memories of other people who knew her as an adult to know what she was like. And
what you see in yourself and your sister.
yes, that's true too. 3 things that I've learned about her that I hold on to are, 1, that she had the tremendous capacity for joy in other people. So when somebody would come to her and say, this very amazing thing is happening to me, she would say in German, das freut mich, that makes me so happy. If people came to her and they were sad, she would sorrow with them. So she had a capacity to
massive empathy.
Yeah, empathy, to grieve and to sorrow with people. That was absolutely consistent. The other thing that she was well remembered for is her ability to turn the worst situations into something positive. And my father always describes this epic moment late one evening when the family had finished milking the cow and my mother had separated an entire gallon of cream off the different cow milk buckets. And she had put it into a huge gallon jar, and she was carrying the gallon jar across the yard? The yard, yep. And the bottom of the jar fell out, and there was just cream everywhere, and of course it was lost. And he imagined she would get very, very angry about it, but instead she turned it into something funny. She laughed.
What are the chances of the bottom falling out of a glass jar?
Exactly. She had all the cats come and lick it up, and all my older siblings who remembered it said exactly the same thing. She didn't get angry about it. She just turned it into a moment of...
I know somebody who can be a little frustratingly annoying like that too. It's a beautiful trait. What was the third thing?
The third thing was that I've heard about often is her tremendous sensitivity. And I've heard that from a lot of girls who were in their teens when she would have been a young mom. And they confided in her whatever they were going through. And then also from people that were older than her tremendous sensitivity when people were sick or sad or if there was suffering of any kind. She just was unafraid to step in and try to bring compassion, empathy, and support.
Yeah, it's brilliant. What a beautiful legacy.
Yes.
I think from what we know of her, there's a lot of her in you as there is in each of your sisters, and that's a beautiful thing because it means Mom's always with us.
And the other part is that this is complicated, and this will have to be part of some further videos, but...
Roll it out over time.
Yeah. was given a beautiful stepmother, and she belongs to that whole story, as well as your mom, who's become my mother from the minute we met, and has stood in.
The rare case of the mother-in-law that you love. Yes,
I
no.
love her, and because my stepmom then died also not too long ago, she's really fulfilled that mother role for me and taught me what it means to be a mother, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and some other time maybe we can tell about how your mom left your family so suddenly.
Yep.
But today we just wanted to share her birthday, and
Yep.
hope you enjoyed the photographs of her as we remember her and love her. So I promised you that I would not surprise you by bursting into song at this juncture, because you've been battling a head cold this week. But instead, what I want you to do is look into our camera and speak to any young women who may be watching and give them your words of wisdom and advice for their relationship with their moms. There they are.
Treasure your mothers. Treasure them even if they're difficult to love. And if you can take the tiniest step toward them, take that tiny step. And if you have mothers with whom you have a very wonderful, or a mother that you have a relationship with that's warm, cherish it, build on it. Don't let a day go by that you don't let them know how much they're loved. Because not all mothers are biological mothers. We are all given the capacity to mother because we have the capacity to love. And that's a very, very important part of life.
Yeah, and as you've gone through life, you've found mothers.
I've found mothers in many places, many unexpected places, and been given the gift to mother my own sons, but then I have many adopted daughters.
Thanks, sweetheart. So here's a thought. If you're going to drop a comment, rather than wishing Norann sympathy over the loss of her mother, but thank you for that,
Yes.
say what you love about your own mom. Tell us,
Yeah.
tell us something that makes your mom unique and special, as every mother is. Meantime, have a great rest of the day, week, night, whatever it is for you. God bless.
Talk soon.